not just people, but everyone sort of took it out of, proportion and what it was. And at the end of the day, he's still a good kid. He's only young too. He's 18 years old, and I doubt he would have wanted to be into the papers, like it was. So at the end of the day, everyone's friends.
Be with the team. Don't be in your room. If you're in your room, it means you're on your own. So, I can't go back and I'd have no idea how Nicho was during those camps. Watching Nathan, what he did on the weekend, was just next level. This was against the Dolphins.
With a 2-point field goal, no one does it better than Nathan.
Well, hello and welcome to another episode of Freddy the Eighth. Great to have your company and great to be brought to you by Sportsbet. Good to see you all as well. We're lucky enough to have Api Koroisau joining us here on the couch for Freddy the Eighth. Good to see you.
Thank you for having me.
And as always, Andrew Johns, Brad Fittler. Before we get into it, I've got to say, gentlemen, congratulations. 200th episode last week. I missed it.
How was Logies Sunday night?
Logies was good. We might tell a story. I won't name names, but
How did that man go, Gal?
Gal enjoyed himself. Yep. It was a tight turnaround, I have to say, from finishing at the after party to today's show.
Who was best on ground or worst on ground?
Ooh.
Who got really sloppy?
No, sloppy's not, Best on James Bracey, he was good. He was in good form.
We've got him. He's got rugby league in him now. When he started, he was such a geek. Slowly, we've got him. We've got our claws on him.
We've put him on a board. Just debauchery now.
You've rubbed off on him.
Yeah,
He's been hanging around you too much.
Since the golden slipper.
Yes, you got him good, that's for sure. All right, we've got plenty coming up on the show today. We're going to be going one-on-one with Api. Can't wait to chat a little bit about his career and also at the Tigers. We're going to be talking some clutch moments as well across rugby league. Freddy's Flyers has 3 absolute specials. You do not want to miss this. And then we've got a big preview of all the games coming up on Nine's Wide World of Sports and Nine Now, including Saturday Night Footy as well. So let's take a look around the grounds because this is exciting. We've got the F8 medal. Have a look.
Keep going well, Api.
You could get this. So this is custom made.
Is that a bottle opener?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, this is just...
So how good's this? So Badges and Medals at Homebush have custom made this for our show and the Freddy the Eighth medal winner.
What do you got to do to win it?
Play well.
Good.
So Freddie and Joey will vote on it each week, and whoever wins.
Is it,
So who would you say, Api? If you said who was the standout player this year at the moment, who would it be?
Ooh. To be fair, the first person that comes to mind is Isaiah Katoa.
He's in the lead. He's leading.
I'm not surprised.
I think Harry's coming up to Harry Grant.
Yep.
His last couple of weeks have been unbelievable.
Yep. No, I thought Katoa's been outstanding.
How good is he?
Consistent. Oh, mate. He's so hard to defend.
I love
You would have seen him. You would have seen him come through.
Yeah, I did.
Penrith.
Exactly.
How was he there?
No, it's really quiet, so humble.
Yeah.
Just real good character.
Would he put
as
a
well.
clinic onto the training?
He was still at the younger guys
Yeah.
when I was there, but yeah, Nathan Cleary's.
I love when you ask any player, is he could tow it? Everyone starts laughing, goes, too good.
Because you guys talk about it. We had James Tedesco on the show a couple of weeks ago, and he was talking about after a weekend of footy, all the Roosters come in and say, "Oh, did you see him play on the weekend?"
He's doing things that halfbacks haven't done in a long time, man. Controlling the game and putting on the amount of tries he has. He's incredible.
Well, there you go. He could be taking out the Freddy the Eighth medal. So we'll get to the votes a little later on in the show. But before we head there,
You can come though if you like. Because I reckon you'd enjoy yourself.
We're going to invite a select crew.
Yeah,
it's a boat cruise.
Yeah.
I'll put my name in the ring then. I'm there.
Yeah,
I'm there.
It's December. We've got the date circled in the calendar. So the boats.
Not date. Dates.
Clear the schedule.
Thursday, Friday, Saturday.
I got you. I'm there.
All right, we've dug into the archives as well, and we don't think that we've heard a better excuse than this. Take a listen.
For all the players, the 54-point loss was the worst defeat they had suffered. No one knows what went wrong.
Mate, you need a very creative imagination to explain that one.
It was simply a case of one team playing their worst game and another their best. With 11 tries, the Broncos equalled their club record. The match already over after one half.
Of all the teams in the competition, you don't want to play at your worst and have them play at their best, then that's the combination, Brisbane.
Meantime, Ben Iken and Mark Soden have been cleared of any wrongdoing on the eve of the game. Both went to a Brisbane nightclub, but both were home early.
I was there for an hour, had 2 tonic waters and a game of pool, and I was at home changed by 10:30, waiting for my room service.
Now, do we believe or do we not believe?
Well, that's when Benny Iken was actually good company before he became an absolute stiff.
Politician.
Yeah, now he's a politician.
So
I don't believe him.
You don't believe?
No.
I can't believe he was on the drink. He wouldn't get on the drink.
Might have had a couple.
For a game. I remember one of my first games, I was with Chris Mortimer, and you'd go to dinner and they'd be having beers the night before a game. He was my roomie. We had a beer in the room.
Well,
Righto, Louis.
Speaking of beers before and maybe potentially during games, have a look at this. The great Eighth Immortal here, watching on.
It may have been a Sunday. Someone may have had a big Saturday night.
And you're injured.
And injured.
And injured.
And injured.
What about the discipline?
That was 2001. We won the comp that year, so shush.
Was everyone just losing it in the
I can't
in the
remember.
box?
I can't remember. Obvious.
You remember why you weren't playing?
I did remedial.
Oh.
So I missed the whole Origin that series.
Yeah.
Can you imagine if that happened today?
You can't even have a beer when you're not at the footy.
Exactly.
Well, blokes get in trouble going in the pokies now, having a slap.
Bring back the old days.
When men were men.
Yeah.
When men were men.
And sometimes men were women. Oh, that's these days.
All right. Well,
I later that lady in Samoa I got a massage off last year.
Well, we lasted 201 episodes.
it was great while it lasted.
Deep massage.
What's the difference between a deep one and a light one, Joey?
I don't know.
Knuckles.
Starts with happy and ends in ending. Isn't that right? Oh, it starts with happy. Yeah.
You've lost.
It's a good show. It's
great.
Welcome to Freddy the Eighth.
That'll all get cut out.
No, that's staying in. All right, let's take a look around the grounds at the moment and all the things that are happening in the NRL news. We heard Nicho Hynes on 100% Footy earlier on in the week. Take a listen to some stuff he said about State of Origin and his time in camp.
Like, I still have dreams to play in rep games, and like I love my time playing for Australia, and that tour, that was the best thing I've ever experienced in my life. And yeah, Origin it's been a tough one for me. I don't know whether, maybe I wasn't as ready as I thought I was at the time. Yeah, if I was to get picked again, then I guess I'd probably put myself out there more in the New South Wales camp. I sort of probably didn't bond as well with some of the team as much as I could.
Do you look at that as a bad experience or now a good experience to have had?
Oh, definitely a good experience. Like, I'll never ever have a rep jersey and say it was a bad experience, because like I said before, you got to learn from everything. Every experience is a lesson, and you got to take what you can out of it.
So interesting there, saying that he didn't bond as well with as he thought he would with the team. What do you make of these comments? Well,
he played in the Origin game where Suoli got sent off early in the game. They ended up getting beat. I think they went up to the Blue Mountains. I'm not sure what they got up to up there, but he started that game. So we picked him in a game, and he came off the bench and played the last 10, 15 minutes. I can't remember the actual camp, but he was picked because I saw him come through Melbourne. He played halves, fullback, centre, and he was picked to cover multiple positions. So, I think he did a pretty good job. You can be pretty hard on yourself, and you know what? If you get to play a rep game and you lose, it's a bad experience because it's intense, and you want to win so bad. So to play rep games and not win them, I'm sure would be a bad experience, and you'd keep looking for ways that you could improve. But just keep playing well, you'll get another chance.
It's hard as a halfback coming in if you're inexperienced or young. You're pushing the team around, and these guys might be 8, 10 years older than you, absolute legends of the game, and you've got to say, get out of the way, give me the ball. It can be really intimidating.
Because how important is that social side of, being in those camps and representatives and, being in with a team?
Yeah, I think as well, you don't get much time. So, your ability to bond quickly and get on the same page is really important in these games. But I think, like you said, Freddie, one moment sort of can change everything. It can be a great experience and it was the best thing ever, or it can be really hard on you. So, yeah, it's a real close one.
The one bit of advice I'd give to any player is just get out of your room. You know, be with the team. Don't be in your room. If you're in your room, it means you're on your own. So, you know, I can't go back and I'd have no idea how Nicho was during those camps, or, you know, if he got on with people, or if he had some friends in there going in there, which sometimes helps certain players. But, you know, you just got to get out of your room. You just got to force yourself to be with other people and get to know other people and learn about them. So.
Well, because back in your playing days and your representative careers, you'd often share a room with someone else, whereas now the majority of camps, it's all just individuals in a room, isn't it?
I think we started off with roommates for the first few days at least before we went to single rooms. So, yeah.
What's the grin on your face, Joey?
I'm trying to think of my room. We roomed together for a couple of series. That was fun. Laurie Daly was interesting to room with because he was naked the whole time. That's why I still call him the nudist. Just nude the whole time. You walk, make us a cup of tea, Laurie, and it'd be like trying to think who else I room with. I room with Lazo. First couple of years, that was first year.
Chris Johns.
Oh, one of my best
McGregor.
was Jimmy Dimmick. Jimmy Dimmick was great.
How so?
I used to wear all his clothes. He always had I'd come straight down from Cessnock. I had just jeans. He had these diesel jeans and these flash shirts. I thought it was like Robert De Niro. Didn't help me, but.
I can see you'd be someone that would enjoy rooming with someone, though. You like having the
head
company.
noise on my
own.
Yeah.
All right, we also saw some changes to the Newcastle side this week with Jake Arthur set to make his club debut. So that means Jackson Hastings, he's out of the side. He's been named in the extended squad, but it's Jake Arthur and Jack Cogger who are the halves for this weekend.
Well, Jake Arthur probably plays better as a 5'8". Interesting. I don't know how he's been going in the lower grades, Jake, but he's a solid player. He's a bigger body, so he defends stronger. Interesting to see how they go. They're only playing Penrith. They're not travelling that well. They've only won 9 in a row. So we'll see how they go.
I remember his first game. He scored a try when he played for Parramatta. His dad was the coach.
Is that at the Titans?
Might have been Magic Round because it was up at Suncorp. I'm sure it was at Suncorp.
I can remember him hugging after the game.
It was pretty cool.
Really
So,
good.
yeah, good luck to him. This is his first game at Newcastle.
Yeah, club debut.
No, he'd been playing lower grades. But
Yeah, right.
Doing in first grade.
Cool.
All right, well, stick around. We've got plenty more coming up here on Freddy the Eighth. We're only just getting started, in fact. We're going to go one-on-one with Api up next. And later on, we rank the clutch players in rugby league history. So much to look forward to. We'll be back in just a moment.
Able to capitalise on another chance, and the footwork of Marshall. The footwork. Benji Marshall, now the speed. Benji Marshall is away for keeper Park, and he's got plenty of speed. Passes without looking, away for Richards, back to Fitzhenry. That is as good as you will see on a Sunday afternoon in the National Rugby League. Benji Marshall, how good was that, Sterlo?
Yes, Benji Marshall, he certainly has plenty of highlights in the Rugby League highlights book, that's for sure. And someone who is playing under him, Api. Congratulations as well. You re-signed recently with the Tigers, so you'll be there until the end of 2028. Was there serious consideration that you were going through to the Perth Bears? Because I remember you talking about this in a press conference.
Yeah, no, to be fair, I just wanted to be a Tiger to the end of my career, and obviously if I had to leave, I would find somewhere to go, but yeah, I'm just glad it all panned out, in the right way.
What's the club like? I haven't played finals since 2011. Tell us, what's it like within the four walls?
Yeah, it's hard, man. Like, sometimes you're scratching your head. We had a hard period there during the year, but the boys are all great. They work hard. We're trying to figure out what works for us, and obviously we're building something. But at the same time, we wish we could have success now as well.
One thing I see is a lot of young blokes. I think that incident on the weekend sort of highlighted that just after the try. Do you feel like they're maturing? Do you feel like the team's maturing?
I definitely do. Like you said, there's a lot of young guys in this team, and us as leaders, we've got to stand up and try and show the way. But at the same time, there's so much talent coming through, and we really need these young guys. And it's just one of those things that happen on the weekend.
A lot of the players, a fair chunk of Pacific Island descent. Do you feel like you're a leader amongst all those Pacific Island guys? And as for there are a lot of the young guys at Pacific Islanders.
Yeah, I feel like I don't have a choice there really, regardless if I wanted to be a leader or not. But yeah, it's actually it's so good to see so many of these young Polynesian guys coming through, especially seeing myself as one of those kids, back from the area and could actually make it one day.
Because a lot of it's about respect and respecting your elders. So have you got a big stick you hit them with?
Not quite.
Not naturally a stick, but do you come down on them and make sure they're training well and doing this and that sort of stuff?
Yeah, definitely. You try and keep the standards up there, but to be fair, a lot of these young guys are really good. They were all professional coming out of high school and, they start so early these days, but yeah, most of them are bigger than me now anyway, so I can't really say much.
A lot of them also come from our Campbelltown way out west. How much time, I know he's trained at Concord, there's obviously, you've got Campbelltown and Balmain. How much time are you spending out there?
Yeah, I think we've done a few sessions out there. Yeah, we're mainly still at Concord most of the time, but yeah, obviously we've got our games out there, and when we play there, we'll do our captain's run out there too.
Will you go out there? Do you think we'll ever see a time when Wests are based out at Campbelltown?
Oh, I'm not too sure. It'll probably be probably after I'm finished playing anyway, but yeah, you can never say no to something like that either, so it could be anything.
What's it like getting coached by Benji Marshall? I'm assuming you would have watched him many times when you were growing up, coming through. You played against him a couple of times as well. It's quite a different situation than you look at some other coaches, like Wayne Bennett, for example. The age gap for starters.
Yeah, no, it's pretty surreal, especially when I first got here. I'd only played against him maybe a year before that or a couple of years before that, and then now he's my coach. But even just to have someone so new to the game still, only just left the game, so he's got so much knowledge, his understanding, and I think the way he conveys messages is really good too. He's got a good understanding of the boys.
A lot of the noise, there's always noise around the West Tigers, and when Lockie Galvin left, there was a lot of talk about certain factions in the club and him and Benji. The noise within the club or coming from outside, how much does that affect everyone?
Yeah, you try not to let it affect you, but...
it doesn't matter how people say, don't look at the papers and don't read social media. Everyone does.
Yeah, it's impossible. You got family and friends, they all ask you questions, and at the end of the day, it does affect you. It doesn't matter who you are, but, for us, it's about sticking together, being solid, and, pretty much just backing our coach, which is what I think we did.
So how important was this win? You haven't won a game in a while, and at times, like some poor losses, how important was that?
Yeah, it's hard to describe. Obviously, there was a lot that went down in the middle of the year, but crazy thing was we didn't even speak about that during the week. We knew we just wanted to go out there and put together a good performance, and just the way all the boys rocked up, it was bucketing down. The field was absolutely thrashed, and the boys just turned up ready to play physical. And
I can imagine as well, in front of the crowd, the Bulldogs have had such a very, loud and very passionate fan base as well. It must feel that little bit better as well.
It was. It's always good to play against the Dogs. Just hearing the banter from the sidelines and the fans. They got great fans as well. They're playing their drums and whatnot. But yeah, just to get one up on them was always good.
Did you know Adam Doeihi was that fast?
Mate, I seen him take an intercept against Canberra.
Well, the
and KO Weeks couldn't get him.
Mate.
Yeah.
He's quick.
Is he going to resign?
Yeah, I was going to say.
Is he re-signed?
Well, they're putting him out to him, and the Dragons, and there's more money elsewhere.
I think it's about a
$200,000
or $300,000 difference between what the Dragons have offered. So the Dragons are offering a bit more than what the Tigers are, but...
I hope he stays.
Do you try and convince him?
Well, I like how, when he's there, you play a little bit different to everyone else. And I like that at the moment. Some teams are really playing with that lock forward position. Like Canterbury are playing with the lock forward position, where you can just bring on different parts of your team. Like he sort of, he played an old style sort of play. It was sort of went around the field all over the place.
It gives you a different look.
Yeah.
And obviously he can play halfback too, so he's got all the skills to stop the defenders as well.
What about at the end of the game? A lot of people spoke about this in the aftermath of that win over the Bulldogs. Lockie Galvin and Jerome having a nice little minute or so embrace.
Yeah. Honestly, I think people, not just people, but everyone sort of took it out of proportion and what it was. And at the end of the day, he's still a good kid. He's only young too. He's 18 years old, and I doubt he would have wanted to be into the papers. Like it was. So at the end of the day, everyone's friends, and it was just a game of footy.
What have you made of Jerome's year? I remember speaking to Brett Hodgson, and he said he's never seen a leader like Jerome. He's one of the assistant coaches. What's his year been like?
Mate, he's honestly probably brought the most change I've seen at the club so far. His competitiveness is second to none. He goes out there, even when he trains, he wants to win. He wants to win everything, and just the way he speaks too. He's very calm, but at the same time, he knows what he's saying.
Does he take a strong leadership role? Like, does he address the group often?
Yep, yeah, very often, very often. He's pretty much got the most powerful voice at the club at the moment, I reckon. Especially a fresh voice this year and coming in. Coming from such a winning system as well, so you can't look past him.
What about the brothers? You got the Fineu brothers, you got the May brothers. What do they like to play with?
Oh, mate, it's great. It's great. No one wants to mess with any of them, really. You know,
I can understand why.
It's like a mini gang.
Remember that boxing match at the start of the year? Was that last year?
Taylor.
Yeah,
Taylor May.
Freddie Lussick.
Freddie Lussick. Oh, it was terrifying.
It was.
It was Goddard Johns like.
No, that was incredible. All the boys went to the pub too to watch that.
Did you?
All together, yep. Yeah, but he can throw them, man.
Yeah, and the Fineu brothers. Totally different.
Yes.
Totally different. Different body shapes.
You know what? They like the Trebojevic.
I was just going to say that.
You got a tall, long one. You got a short, stocky one, and then
you got an in between.
and in between.
Yeah, no. They're actually the complete professionals too.
Are they?
Yeah, they really are. Which surprised me. I just got to the club and these young guys came in and, mate, they've been leading the way, really.
Do you reckon semis next year? Do you reckon you should make the finals? Because you lost so many tight games this year.
Yeah. I think we've actually been really close in a few games this year, and I think we definitely do better next year as well. But at the same time, we still got 4 games to go. So,
what about your own game? Your trickery around the ruck, the double pumps, look past, the way you terrorise the markers. Who educated on that, or who'd you watch playing it, or is it just something that's naturally evolved in your game?
I literally grew up watching Scott Prince. He used to have a really big fake drop.
When he was at the Tigers especially.
Did you come through as a hooker or a halfback?
Halfback.
Yeah, right.
Did you?
I started, yep, halfback. So I was watching a lot of Scott Prince, and then I thought I could just take it to dummy half, and I went there and started doing the same stuff.
Wow, that's interesting to know.
How old were you when you first sort of found your love of rugby league?
I loved it from the start, really. So I started when I was 10, but I didn't think I'd make a career out of it or anything until, pretty much debuted for South, and then, just knew that this is all that I wanted to do, really.
See on that stats, you've played 17 games for Fiji. A lot of talk at the moment, eligibility and Pacific Island nations, Tonga, Samoa. What do you think about players be able to play Origin but play for Samoa and Tonga and Fiji?
Yeah, I guess it's a hard one. I don't really have an opinion on it. I know the rules are the rules at the moment, and I'm fine with that as well. But there's a few boys that I do know that do play for Samoa after playing for Origin, and I think it's great too. Growing the game, it's we want that competition in international footy. Australia's been dominant for so long, but don't really have an opinion on it, to be fair.
Yeah, it's certainly going to be a heck of a Pacific Championships at the end of the year, that's for sure. All right, we'll stick around because coming up straight after the break, we're going to be diving into all things footy this weekend. And Saturday night, footy returns to your screens right here on Nine's Wide World of Sports with a big one, the Bulldogs and the Warriors.
The captain is in. It's a big one from Cameron. Cameron Smith. This might be a try for the captain. Melbourne wins another one.
My proudest club game victory would have to be the second week of the finals, 2008. We're playing against the Broncos. And in this year, this was Wayne Bennett's last season at the Broncos before moving to the Dragons. So there was a bit of feeling around the stadium.
Punches are going left, right and centre now.
And at no point in that match were we ever in front.
He is a freak of a try scorer. 10-0 Broncos.
But I remember in the dying moments of the match, we had a dropout. I thought I was going to go for a big play and trying to go for a short dropout, but a low short dropout to try and find touch, but I kicked it out in the full.
Their captain goes bang. Presentation in front of the uprights for Brisbane.
I thought it was game over from there. I thought the Broncos were going to take the 2 points in front of the post, but they chose to run the ball. And I just remember making the first tackle and I thought to myself, I need to get the ball back here.
Oh, he's raked that ball out. So a little bit of redemption for the Melbourne captain.
Anyway, so we survived that set. I remember Cooper kicked the ball long, and on that second play, Ashton Sims took a hit up. Sika Manu just hit him with a beautiful tackle under the ball.
He lost the ball.
At that stage, there was probably 30 seconds to go.
Clock is 5 metres out from the line.
I remember looking out to our left and thought I had to find Cooper.
It's gone to Cronk.
I think it went through about maybe 2 or 3 sets of hands and ended up with Greg Inglis in the corner.
This is just an amazing fight back.
He scored with 15 seconds left on the clock and broke the hearts of a lot of people at that stadium that night.
They pulled a rabbit out of the hat. Unbelievable.
The way we fought back and won that game makes me quite proud.
Wow, what a moment. And you can catch the full length of that on NRL on 9 YouTube. But we're going to be talking clutch players. We've got a long list of clutch players across the history of rugby league. So we're diving back into some of the archives. Who wants to kick it off with your list?
Well, I think Nathan Cleary. I don't know why, because I even think back to like when we were playing. I'm thinking back to Joey, who I don't know how many times we're in clutch positions. But like it just seems to be so many these days. Anyway, but watching Nathan, what he did on the weekend was just next level. This was against the Dolphins.
With the 2-point field goal, no one does it better than Nathan.
And that's made a big difference, obviously. This is the one where he took a penalty, kicked it to the halfway, then stood behind the 40 and kicked the goal. The good thing was Mitchell Moses ended up winning that game with a field goal or a goal kick. I'm not sure. That was the grand final. Where
You got to say,
a couple of years ago.
He's probably the top of the tree.
This one from the other day. But just to like, obviously thinking about it, had to come forward to catch the ball, had to move backwards to get balance.
Generate power off one step, which means you can absolutely ruin your technique. She's good ball from dummy half from Mitch Kenny too.
Well, you played alongside Nathan for many years. What's he like in those moments?
Yeah, he's really calm, but I think the best thing is he's very clear. His communication is like no other. You know, he's talking about what he wants, where he needs to get to, and once everyone's on the same page, you know, he's setting those things up. It just makes it that much easier. But even just his brain to even think of those things and be in those positions is special.
I feel like he's come through the system, but he's the one that does it. You know, he sits there and meditates and sits there and does that, does the research, does the practice. You know, in different times over history, people sort of knew what to do and, you know, how to improve that part where you could actually focus under pressure. But I think he's done it all. Like, he's most really the one to learn from because he actually has tightened the screws, like, on the brain, like, you know, how to handle the moment.
What about Darren Lockyer in terms of clutch plays?
You talk about ice cold. He was the same too. Saw that clip of Cameron. I've never seen him go off at the end. But whenever the game was on the line, especially for Brisbane and Queensland, he always stood up. He kicked a field goal in 2006.
I remember this. This was a kick for the winger against Parramatta.
Denham Kemp.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a big one.
That was to win the game.
In 2006, when they beat the Storm, he kicked a field goal in that one in the grand final, then that's a famous one. The ability to get himself in the right situation. And he was like Nathan, he's so calm and get it done.
It must be such a hard thing to do, to be, you're honestly exhausted. So when it's coming to those moments, that it's at the end of the game, so you're fatigued, you're absolutely exhausted, to think clearly and then to be able to pull it off, it is remarkable. And the speed of the game as well, because when you watch it on replays and you're watching it at a different level, it doesn't give you the exact, you know, sort of visualisation of how fast the game actually is.
Throwing the pressure too.
And dropouts are hard. Like, there's so much can go wrong between the wind, the conditions, the drop, the strike, and then you've got the pressure of people coming offside. Anyway, there's a lot to go into it, but nailing a dropout is as good a feeling as you get to win a game.
Well, someone else who probably features a fair bit in terms of clutch players, JT.
JT they had these moments. I thought the Cowboys, Broncos, and Melbourne. This was the one obviously in the grand final. He ends up nailing it with a field goal in extra time. They played in so many close games. They were in this position so often, winning games with field goals, you know, tries at the bell. There was a beautiful one where he did a flick pass inside to Morgan against the Broncos in the semi-final up at the old Cowboys Stadium. That was just incredible. But you know what? He always put his hand up, JT. Always put himself in the position. Everyone knew who the ball was going to, and more often than not, he nailed it.
He just wanted the ball in the big moments, and that's what the top players do. How many have we got? How many field goals have we got?
So many. What was he like to play against?
Oh, this is when he busted his shoulder.
And you can see it just hanging off his body there.
Oh, that was some effort that night. He went in for a reco, didn't he, the next week?
Would it
Got a
be good?
reconstruction after it.
Who's your favourite, Ab? Who's the man you... If you need a field goal, a goal kick, who are you picking?
Oh, yeah, it's hard to go past Nathan or Adam Doeihi after the last couple of weeks. No, but...
I mean, Nathan's goal kicking.
Yeah.
He's 90% in your club.
Yeah.
Is there someone when you're coming up against and you know when a game's going to come down to sort of the final moments that they make you most nervous in those moments?
Well, it'd be two at this day and age. Would be Nathan, obviously one, but also Cherry Evans. He was really good at finding himself a field goal. I played with him for a few years too, and he slotted a couple of left footers, as well. So, yeah, he's one of those guys that he's going to be there at the end too.
It is honestly such a remarkable
Special
skill
mention,
set.
my other one is Wally Lewis.
The king.
Back in the 80s when the king was the king at Origin, they only won games by 2 points and 4 points. If it wasn't for the king, they wouldn't want him. Here he is here, the king. That's why he's the king. And he got it done at this level, at Origin level. I often wonder, would Origin be what it is today if we didn't have the king? Because there was the ultimate rivalry. He was the ultimate villain down in New South Wales, and then up there is the king. Sports build on rivalry.
They've had such great play, Arthur.
Yeah, Arthur started it.
Arthur started it.
I reckon he took it to another level.
Oh, without a doubt.
Yeah,
Sure.
just got it done. Or when you go back in the history of the Origins, when Queensland won, 2 points, 4 points, 6 points, because of the king.
Mate, he'd knock blokes out, tackling them, fight them, and then score tries, throw 30-metre passes, kick the ball 60 metres.
Get the crowd to throw cans of 4X.
The best one's the
skill
dropout.
set.
So the dropout, this was my first game. So first game as a kid, I was on the hill. It was unbelievable. I was at the southern end. There was stinks everywhere. It was pouring rain. There was the one where he hit the crossbar, and Greg Dowling caught it off his boots to win the game. But what happened earlier was Noel Clerc went for a dropout and the ball just stopped. Stopped down in the ground. It was that wet and muddy. Well, the king had a similar situation. He said to the referee, he said, mate, some bloody going on over there, and then just went boot.
He didn't drop kick, he just kicked it out of his hands.
He just punted it. The king.
The king.
Got
there
us
you go.
again.
Well, speaking of the king, he's always having a crack. And so we're going to dive into our Sportsbet having a crack moments from the weekend. We've got 2 chase downs. Have a look at this one. In the Broncos Rabbitohs match at Suncorp Stadium. Look at
Jordan's
this.
starting to slow now. He's
Oh,
on
yeah.
the treadie.
Didn't he play well, this young fella?
Yeah.
They got him from the creche. He was 15-year-old.
And then this one as well. Oh,
Go.
it looks like he's in the... Now you start to get worried.
No, he's gone.
Oh,
He
help
gave
me,
up
Rhonda.
early.
Help me,
He
Rhonda.
gave up early. As a winger. Come on.
And then what about this? What about the weather in Newcastle over the weekend for the NRLW Magic Round?
Oh, it was horrendous. I understand on the Saturday they sold 20,000 tickets. The shame was it was wet. It wasn't wet. It was awful. Absolutely awful.
Well, the both of you were up there, weren't you?
It was a good weekend.
Well, surely you would have had to dry off somewhere inside. Any locals?
No, I
I
took
stayed
it
away
easy.
from John's.
Mate,
I was up
Friday
early. I was up the day earlier.
I reckon he was carrying on like the village idiot.
I've heard the stories. I've heard the stories. We'll get to them at the very end of the show when it's a little later on.
Nothing happened.
All right, let's get an update with Sportsbet. It's over to Joel Kane.
Let the numbers dance. The problem for the Melbourne Storm remains their right-hand side, and guess who they're running into? The hot left-hand side of the Broncos. If the left winger was its own player, that would be the leading try scorer in the competition. So, Melbourne Storm to win. Cobbo, anytime try scorer. Enjoy the match.
What's gambling really costing you? For free and confidential support, call the number on the screen or visit the website.
Muir, and back and away from McCormick, and then from... Oh! Cliffy! Cliffy's away! Surely they can't catch him! Look at him go! Cliffy Lyons scores! Kamali. Second man play. Henderson. Intercepted by Blacklock! He's away! Guy was after him, but he's turned the motors off. Blacklock is doing the skippy jump. Up goes the red and white. And Keary makes a dart. Gets the ball away to GI. GI's going to score. He's going to put another nail in the coffin. And the Goanna crawls down to the northern end.
Oh, some fantastic tries there, all of Indigenous try scorers, because for the next 2 weeks we are, of course, celebrating Indigenous round in the NRL. So
you played with Joe. What was he like?
He was great. He was a freak. He was one of those guys you just gave the ball and you just let him do what he did. Really.
It's unbelievable.
He went to Clive Churchill at 5'8".
Yeah.
For Melbourne.
He played 5'8", fullback and centre, and would have won awards at all of them.
Well, speaking of try scorers, Freddy's Flyers.
Here we go. We've got the Dolphins. And the Warriors won the week before against the Knights, but the Dolphins. Have a look at this. How'd they get this done? Quite incredible. This is without Herbie Farnworth. Went to the left. The game's pretty much over.
What's that bloke doing on the ground? Is he in Samoa getting a massage?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking as well. I was wondering whether he was injured when I saw this.
Flicked out the back door. Jeremy Marshall-King come up with the pass. And Jermaine Osaka. They scored a point in every Dolphins game.
He's incredible.
Every Dolphins game, this is going on. We're going to jam it in here. It's better than last week's one.
He's an absolute
just under Xavier. Next one, Panthers. Extra time. I suppose you've got to sort of make mention of the field goal just because that got them into the final, but this is their left side. You know, it took a while to get these three blokes together, but Jenkins, McLean and Taulagi, they are just awesome. All the tries went through down that side.
Notice how Nathan got himself a second receiver there?
Yeah.
He got the ball off Blaze and he made the absolute pass on the outside.
Do we think Jaden Campbell should have been able to take that kick again, though?
No, who cares?
It's funny, he had a chance at another kick later on, but Critty, you're gone. Sorry, bro.
Critter's gone.
Critter's gone. And the Roosters, Sam Walker, 3 tries, 3 kicks. This is one of them. It ended up coming through the middle. James Tedesco keeping the ball alive. Ends up finding Sam Walker, falls over, gets up, and somehow just goes, I might kick it. Oh, serious?
Just kick the space.
Just kick it. I'm just going to kick this. And then it ends up in Angus Crichton's hand, scores a try. I thought they were a bit embarrassed to Manly, but well done, Sam Walker. You don't quite make the board, brother.
Honourable mention.
Honourable mention.
He's the best.
Very good. Good to watch.
Just total rat's ass. If he makes an error, it's like Jimmy Maloney.
Yeah.
Oh, who cares?
That's the best attitude to have in those positions.
Yeah.
Mate, he's delicate kicking. He kicks it over blokes' knees.
Short kick.
Kicks that like...
Best in the competition.
Unbelievable.
Now, I've got to ask you, do you agree with Freddy's Flyers at the moment? You know the Mark Nawonganita try?
Yes.
Does that go down as the best try of 2025 so far?
Look, honestly, Freddie probably knows more than I do. I thought it was a pretty great try, but...
That was pretty good.
Yeah.
What he had to do...
Is he going to play for Fiji? I saw him the other day. I asked him, saw him down the beach.
What did he say?
I don't know yet. But
no, so he makes sure he doesn't understand the rules. So he can actually still play for Australia. And I think he'd like to be, considered for Australia.
Dual international. Right?
But then he'd obviously be a Fijian. So someone makes sure he just needs to explain the rules to him. Look at this.
So he's Fijian Italian, he told me.
Yep.
Could you do that this year, though? Could you play for both?
No, you can. Everyone can pick Australia or New Zealand as their first, and England. So you can then go and pick Samoa,
as a tier
Fiji, Tonga as a tier 2 nation. So every single player playing in those could play for New Zealand or Australia.
So if you don't get selected in...
If you don't get selected, then you can go and play for
Fiji,
the...
Yeah. All right, well, let's have a look at your F8 medal votes because we know what's on the line now. The winner, they get the ultimate medal. So who are we voting for this week?
Well, Harry gets 1.
Harry, Sam Walker.
Nathan gets 2.
Harry Grant's been very good.
Adam Doeihi.
Adam
Doeihi.
There you go.
He was very good, wasn't he?
Oh, outstanding.
Jeez, it's a hard name to spell. I had to look it up and I had to
send your tips in.
Send the tips in. I never knew he was so fast.
I love actually, they tried to actually say it another way. It sort of said
Doeihi.
Yeah. He said, you know what, no, don't worry about it.
Is he related to Czech?
Yeah.
Michael Czech.
Cousins. My favourite story, because I coached Adam in the World Cup in 2017. So I was coaching Lebanon, and what had happened was he was our 18th player, and we had a player who was knocked out in the warm-up. So Adam came on into the team, ended up coming on, scoring a try, setting a try up. If it wasn't for him, this was against France, then, I don't think we moved through and make the quarters, which then gives you straight away, allows you to go into the next World Cup.
Adam Dewey was at South, wasn't he?
Yeah, he went to South.
Was he there when you were there?
No, I missed him.
I think he made his debut at South, didn't he?
And Nathan doing Nathan Cleary's stuff, as usual. We shouldn't be surprised. We should not be surprised. He does it all the time. Jesus, what a good game. Must be good to play up there. It's always a fast track.
Beautiful
day games.
Yeah.
Gold Coast always nice to play at, actually.
Good night out too.
Where do they go out? They still got the nightclubs up there?
Melbourne.
I wouldn't know. I wouldn't know. I don't know.
And then we got Harry. Harry after Origin's gone to another.
Yeah.
With Jerome being out also, and Munster missed a game. He took it to another level.
The one against the Roosters, that was incredible how he did that. And then to back it up again in a big game against Parramatta when they needed him, Sam Walker, it's just brilliant. Like every kick's different. That's what makes it so hard. Every kick's different.
He'd like to be 80 kilos wringing wet. It's not about size for him. He's too clever. I was texting his dad during this game while I was in Newcastle watching it in the pub. Just going, too good. He's like, he's taking the piss now.
Nathan's up there.
Yeah, so there you go. Nathan's in second spot. Izzy Katoa leading.
Nathan could bring Mary.
Oh, there you go. That'd be
Mary,
quite
a
the
makeup
party.
artist, Mary Ajaka.
No, Mary Fowler, Nathan's girlfriend.
Yes.
So there you go. And also, don't forget to scan that QR code on your screen, and you can join us on the boat party that
Could
we
you
have
imagine
in
when the
December.
boats, it leaves Watson's Bay, by the time we're about 300 metres out, Mary just go, what am I doing with these animals?
You see her
Jump
dive
straight
off. It's just swimming.
What I've heard about Johnson Fitler, it is true.
So you might not know this, Api, but what the competition is, so for everyone watching at home, they can scan the QR code. They send in a photo of where they watch the show from.
Right.
And we've had some very creative ones sent in recently.
We got one sent in where there was this big bowl on the table and there's all these keys in there. Apparently.
And you know what? He's
it was
actually
a race
telling
car.
the truth.
It was a race car place.
Really?
Oh, yeah, man, you should have seen.
It's fantastic.
All right, stick around and don't forget to keep on sending in those. Don't forget to send in those photos because we are going to have an almighty time on this boat party. We've already recruited another player, so yeah, it's certainly one to clear the calendar for. But stick around because we're going to be diving into a big preview of all the games coming up this weekend, right here on your home of Rugby League, Nine's Wide World of Sports. We've got a massive weekend of action coming up on Nine's Wide World of Sports. Thursday night footy sees the Melbourne Storm up against the Brisbane Broncos live from Amy Park in Melbourne. That's going to be blockbuster. Then we get to see the Raiders and Seagulls go head-to-head at GIO Stadium in Canberra. Saturday night footy returns to Nine screens. The Dogs and the Warriors from Accor Stadium. And then Sunday afternoon, the Eels up against the Cowboys at CommBank Stadium. All right, so let's preview Storm Broncos. Who do we think is going to win out of these two sides?
Last 17 times they've played, Storm have won 16. Storm.
It's unbelievable. Payne Haas back. I'm going to go to Storm.
Storm.
Storm. Too dominant?
I think so. They're playing some really good footy at the moment. Consistent.
They strangled Parramatta last week. I don't know if Brisbane are at the stage yet where they're standing up to that sort of pressure. So
Brisbane's hard to read at the moment, I find, this season. All right, Raiders and Seagulls, GIO Stadium.
Raiders.
Seagulls last chance too. So they're 2 points away from the Dolphins. They need to win.
Saturday night footy, the Dogs and the Wars. This is an interesting one. Both teams coming off losses. Top 4 teams.
Wet weather. Dogs in the wet this year have been terrible. I'm going to go the Warriors. I think they can upset them.
I'm going the Bulldogs. I think they'll rebound.
Yeah, I think the Dogs.
Dogs. Yeah. And then Sunday afternoon, live from CommBank, Eels and Cowboys.
Eels, morals. Second week in a row, the Cowboys have travelled down. Cowboys against Sharks last Sunday, we called it.
They were poor.
They were terrible.
That was Dan's 100th game. Like, how couldn't you play for that bloke? I'm going Eels.
Eels. All right, well, there you go. Plenty of action coming up on this weekend of footy, but stick around because we're going to be back to wrap it all up on the other side of the break. Well, look back and have a look at this moment. It is Shaun Timmins' birthday today. Big happy birthday to him.
Shark eyes.
49 today. Some great memories.
I know Nicho was talking about bonding. That's one bloke that didn't have a problem bonding. He was a great fella.
That's some George bloke.
Do you have a good story?
I'm not going to tell any stories about him, but yeah, good lads.
Great fella.
There you go. All right, who's it a big week for this week?
You start. I'm thinking.
I think it's a big week for Parramatta.
Parramatta.
Big game at home.
Big game at home. Could be a big crowd there up against the Cowboys. And the Parramatta's been going really well. Yeah.
Bulldogs beat last week. Everyone tells them they can't play in the wet and they can't beat a top 8 team. So I think they need to stand up.
Who's it a big week for?
Adam Doeihi signing a contract.
The Tigers trying to sign him. No, probably Broncos. Obviously coming up against a powerhouse like Melbourne.
Well, the knock on Broncos, they can't win the tough games. It's going to be tough down there, freezing cold. So they're going to win the comp this year. They're going to win ugly.
Well, yeah, and the conditions are going to be absolutely freezing Thursday night in Melbourne. So make sure you pack your winter woolies. We'll be sidelined.
Oh, no, I'm not going.
Oh, okay. All right. Just me.
Just you.
All right.
Andrew, are you going?
Yeah, I'm there.
There you go. All right. Well, thanks so much for joining us here on Freddy the Eighth. Api, thanks so much for coming along as well. We hope you enjoyed yourself. It certainly looked like you did.
Thank you very much.
All right. Enjoy the footy over the weekend and we'll catch you again next week.
This has been another presentation from Nine's Wide World of Sports.